Good morning, girls. Welcome back to our classroom. Today we're going to start off by practicing what we did last lesson. Here is a question for you. There are 3 boys and 1 girl in a group. What fraction are boys? So to start with, we write it as a ratio, boys to girls. Remember, we do boys first because boys comes first in the question. There are 3 boys to 1 girl. So here is our ratio. To find our fraction, remember we add both parts of the ratio to get our denominator, and then we take the part of the ratio that is for boys, because that's what the question is asking, and we add that as our numerator. So the fraction of boys is 3/4. I'm now going to put 5 multiple choice questions on the board for you to have a go at. Pause the video on each question, answer it, and the answer will come straight after. Let's see how you get on. Today's objective is to be able to share in the given ratio. I'm going to talk you through it first, and then you can have a go a couple of questions by yourselves. Here is a question. Share 10 cubes in the ratio 3:2. This means for every 3 cubes we have on this side, there must be 2 over here. We can answer this question just by splitting the cubes up. I can put 3 of my cubes on this side and 2 over here, and I can repeat that until I have used up all of my cubes. So the answer to the question would be, it's 6 on this side and 4 over here. Here's another question. Isha and Jasmine share 12 cubes in the ratio 2:4. How many cubes did they get each? Pause the video and see if you could answer this question. Let's go through the answers together. So Isha and Jasmine share 12 cubes in the ratio 2:4. If we write that as a ratio, Isha to Jasmine, 2:4. Remember, Isha gets 2 parts because Isha came first in the question. We then say there are 12 cubes to share. We could do the first method as I showed you by splitting them up. Isha to Jasmine. 2 to Isha, 4 to Jasmine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 to Isha, 4 to Jasmine, gives us another 6, that's our 12 there. So in total, Isha would get 4 cubes and Jasmine would get 8 cubes. Did you get that right? Let's try another method. Rather than splitting the cubes out like this, if we had a big number of cubes, it would take us a long time. Now I'm going to show you another method. This method is much easier than splitting the cubes up, because if we had lots of cubes, we'd be there a very long time. So we look at the question now and we say we have 2 parts of our ratio, Isha's part and Jasmine's part. They are sharing those 12 cubes. Isha gets 2 parts, Jasmine gets 4 parts. If we add our ratio together, a little bit like we did when we were looking at the fractions, we say there are 6 parts that we are sharing in total. Okay? 2 for Isha, 4 for Jasmine, 6 in total. We can then take the total number of cubes that we have, which is 12, and we divide that by the total number of parts in the ratio. This gives us the value of 1 part. Okay? Isha gets 2 parts, so for Isha, she gets 2 lots of 1 part which is 4. Jasmine, however, gets 4 lots of 1 part, which is 2, which is 8. And you can see that's the same answer as we got before. Here's another question for you to have a go at before I show you the answer. Maya, Amana and Lara share 18 sweets in the ratio 1 to 2 to 3. How many sweets do they get each? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so first of all you should have written out your ratio. Maya to Amana to Lara. 1 for Maya, 3 for Amana, 2 parts for Lara. So first step, let's add the parts of our ratio together. 1 plus 3 plus 2 gives us 6. So there are 6 parts in total. Let's take the total number of sweets. Here, these 3 girls are sharing 18 sweets. So 18 divided by 6 gives us 3. There are 3 sweets for each part of the ratio. Let's take each girl in turn. Maya. Maya gets 1 part times 3 sweets. So Maya, unfortunately, you're only getting 3 sweets. Amana. Amana gets 3 parts. 3 times 3 is 9. So Amana's got 9 sweets. And then last but not least, Lara. Lara gets 2 parts. 2 times 3 gives us 6 sweets. And we can check it by adding up all the parts of the sweets together. 9 plus 6 plus 3 gives us 18. That's the total of sweets we had to begin with, so we know we've done it right. So here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, start on the red star, work your way through to the yellow, and if you fancy a challenge, have a go at the worded questions on the green star. Answers coming up shortly. Here are the answers to the questions you've just done. Mark them in your book using your green pen and send me a photo so I can see how you got on. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson, girls. Speak to you again soon.